Child, the highly anticipated third studio album from bassist and composer extraordinaire Viwe Mkizwana. Of course, the album is music. It's a musical journey deeply rooted in South Africa's rich cultural and musical heritage. And through 9 original compositions, Mkizwana invites listeners to just embark on a sonic exploration of the beauty of the human condition. On the 30th of August, he will be launching the album at the Chris Seabrook Music Hall. That's obviously at the Wits University. And this morning, he joins us to chat a little bit more about the project and also the lineup on the day. And so on that note, Viwe, good morning, welcome, congratulations.
Thank you so much, morning to
third studio album, Black Child. So there is an important message that comes through there. There's a story that needs to be told. Tell us what's through this offering.
I think before anything, you have to understand or separate the two words. Black, you must think, okay, there's beauty, but it's also dark, and there's just a lot of things that goes with black. And if you think of a child, the pure, the innocence. So in that's where it all come from. But the inspiration towards Black Child, it's all the stories, the black lived experiences. And it's definitely the story that we carry, and it represents from the older generation and to the young kids who are still finding their voice in a world where they're not listened to, you know. And this song is like an awareness, also like an affirmation to say, Black child, you are enough. Black child, you are doing it. You are important. We see you. Dream big.
Take up space.
That's it.
And I mean, even if we look at your evolution and your sound and your own artistic journey, how do you think this offering builds up from your previous works as well?
Yeah, I think that the previous 2 works were in preparation of this, because I think it's such a big, it was rather like an ambitious project, I must say myself. And I think I was so privileged to have had the opportunity to compose the 2 albums, the 2 works, to prepare me for this big, magnificent work.
Yeah. So, I mean, for us, we're not privy to your creative process. I was asking you offline, do you hear the melody first? Or is the messaging important and you match the 2, the collaborations as well, the recording process? What went into this journey?
So it was really like a deep self-reflection, like on identity and how the world is functioning, you know. And that was the message. And then I realized that I needed to contribute with something to the world. I need to find a voice. I need to tell a story somehow, you know. And as artists, you know, be it a dancer or an actor, but I needed to tell this story of a black child.
Were you left with more hope, or were you more despaired after that? I'm asking this because we're obviously looking at the state of the world right now, and it's looking dire, but we're also just looking at the possibilities and probabilities as well, given all that potential and how it can be translated.
Yes, but without a doubt, there's a lot of hope. And lots of hope. And we must just keep on celebrating the world, you know, and celebrating the good in the world.
Mkizwana Ensemble, I mean, you're not alone. So obviously now you work with amazing collaborators as well. There's that entire creative process that you get to bounce off and also grow from. So talk to us about who you collaborated with on this time around as well.
I was really fortunate to work with the greatest in the country, you know, from Marcus Wyatt, Sisonke Konti, Tandintulis, Pamdlalose, Tlale Makene, Lelo Sphelelo Mazibuko, the list goes on. It has been such an honor. It's been such an honor, and I mean their contribution to the album is magnificent. It was like, you know.
When you're also compiling all of this and putting the album together, do you envision the best place to perform as well? I'm asking this because I mean we heard the crew nostalgically reflecting on the orbit. So obviously these spaces have come and gone, but even on the international stage, anything that really makes it, you know, something that you want to perform in a specific setting, and why?
No, of course. I mean, I think we're gonna do a multiple of launches, but the first one, it had to be Johannesburg, because I think it's important because it's active people who can carry out the message as well. So that's why we started with Johannesburg with this launch.
So in terms of the live performance, the pre-live performance as well, tell us a little bit more. What do you prefer? That intimacy from a smaller crowd as well, or do you prefer the bigger stage?
No, I think the intimacy. Nothing beats the intimacy. And I mean, on the day, it's going to be such an experience more than a performance, really.
Okay.
And we're going to be featuring Dr. Sepuro as well, who's going to facilitate the whole thing just to understand the process so that when people leave there, they leave with a huge understanding of what was happening, what's this album about. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's important to have that context because contemporary jazz is part of South Africa's jazz scene, and you're known for pushing boundaries, but you stay rooted to your cultural roots as well. And so, I mean, talk to us about that, being part of that evolving jazz story for our own country.
Yeah, you see, I believe the world is moving, we all should move, but we must never forget who we come from, our roots. I mean, there's always a signature of the traditional Xhosa music in my music, so you always pick it up, and that is one signature of mine that I don't want to lose. You know, and I think that's important for us so that if you could be anywhere, globally, anywhere in the world, people can still tie your sound to your birthplace.
And I mean, you're living the themes of identity and culture and heritage and being part of that ever-evolving storytelling process.
Definitely.
So what do you want listeners to walk away with globally and even just locally? We're edging closer to Heritage Month. There's a lot that we get to showcase and fly a flag for our country.
I think people... I want them to heal, you know, start with healing. We all need to heal. We need to breathe. And we need to celebrate each other. We need to celebrate us. We must look at the mirror and smile and say, this is amazing. You are amazing. So that's what this body of work is about. Yes.
And we also stand on the shoulders of giants, right? Because again, to your point, in different sectors, we have a unified message of that call to action.
Exactly.
You've heeded it, and you've now obviously told or contributed through your version as well. Who are people that you continue to draw inspiration from as well?
Oh, I mean, this...
Not limited to music alone.
Oh, okay. I mean, there's quite a lot of people pushing boundaries. I mean, even young scholars like Dr. Dlozi, even people like that. And I mean, the list goes on. And I mean, to the music legends, you know, Bupra Hebi Tswaidi, Makoy Mkhobata, Andile, those people, they continue to break boundaries through music, and we follow in their footsteps.
And if you look at, you know, Mkizwana ensemble as well, what else can we look forward to from you guys for the rest of the year? I know that the album is now going to obviously be launched at the Seabrook at Wits University, but in terms of touring and jazz, stand-up back jazz is coming up. There's summer season as well. So, anything on the calendar we should look forward to?
There's quite a few things lined up. First of all, we're going to do another tour in Cape Town on the 1st of November. We're planning a tour in Durban. We're planning a tour in Gqeberha. We're planning a tour in East London. So for everyone to get the chance to sit and listen to this this magnificent work.
And heal.
Yes.
And grow through that process. Well, you've heard that call to action through, obviously, Black Child, that third album by Viwe Mkizwana, of course, award-winning bass player, composer, arranger, band leader, educator, healer, storyteller, cultural custodian, joining us. I'm just chatting about his latest offering and, of course, what we can expect as that calendar for him and the ensemble continues.